it's your girl Meek, and I'm back with another episode of the Pick Meek podcast. I'm your host, Meek, and today I want to tell you all about my trip to Atlanta. So if you didn't know, my birthday was Christmas Eve, and your girl turned 31. I'm getting old out here on them, okay? You know, I don't look 31. No, I think I look 31. But I hear that I don't look 31. Most people think that I'm still in my 20s. So, I guess that's cool. But to me, I think I look 30, especially with this look. It's giving a grown woman today. This was my church look, y'all. It's like, you went to church like that? But yes, I went to church like this. This is my grown woman look. But I want to tell y'all about my trip to Atlanta. During the trip, I didn't appreciate it that much, but that's what we're going to discuss today. Your girl had to make some growth. Your girl is growing up, I must say, and I'm quite proud that I'm growing up. So let's get into it. I haven't been recording because I be down, and December is a tough time for me. It's a tough time because I lost two people that I love in December 2015. I lost my granddad, and then last year I lost one of my favorite uncles. So yeah, December isn't always that jolly for me. And then with my birthday being Christmas Eve, like, my mother usually forgets it most of the times. Most people just forget about me, and I carry that. But I ain't carrying it no more because what? I'm changing. I'm new. I'm new today. I've been new all week. So because I'm new all week, these are things that I used to do. Like, I used to be forgotten. I used to be like a distant memory in people's minds. So like, I used to be forgotten on my birthday, but this is the last year I'm doing that because next year my birthday gonna be lit. Watch, it's gonna be the greatest birthday ever. But I gifted myself a trip to Atlanta. So one of my good friends, I only have like two, but one of my good friends, my son's godfather, he actually purchased my ticket to go to Atlanta. And he don't like me, y'all. He got a real girlfriend. Last year, he actually tried to get our friends to chip in on the trip, but nobody wanted to do it. Like, he was the only one that was game. So this year, he was like, I don't have nobody to help pay for it, so we can't get you pay for everything, but I'm absolutely willing to pay for your ticket round trip to go to Atlanta, because I've always wanted to go to Atlanta, the Black Mecca. I wanted to be surrounded by Black greatness. So the trip was successful in that case, so I can't wait to share that. So he purchased the round trip. Frontier, y'all, I don't know much about little airports or anything like that, but from what I hear, Frontier is better than Spirit, but they're still very Spirit-like. So I don't have any experience with airports, so I don't really know. I just know that, like, he covered my flight. I had to claim my own bag. And on Frontier, it was actually cheaper to do baggage claim than it was to bring on a carry-on, because everybody was like, why would you claim your bag? Because for $59 I could pay to claim my bag. For $79 I could do a carry-on. I claimed my bag. I don't, like, who you think not gonna save $20? Me? I'm gonna save all the money I can save. Like, have you met me? I'm frugal. And I hate spending money, y'all. So boy, did I spend money. So we went. Well, no, it was me. I went by myself. I flew by myself, and I actually met my aunt and my uncle down there. I'm gonna insert pictures for you guys to see. I didn't get to take that many pictures either, so, and that's what I'm gonna tell y'all about the shit show. So I met my aunt and my uncle down there, Uncle Brian and Auntie Sherry. It's a hell thing. If you don't know, I'm a hell, and hells get busy. So I met them down there. So I went Friday, December 15th. Tevin got me a layover in Orlando, and then I flew from Orlando to Atlanta. First day, lost this AF in the airport. The Lord be blessing me, though. The Lord be blessing me. And, like, literally as I entered the airport, Cleveland Hopkins, from doing what's that called? TSA. When I got done doing TSA, I walked out into the airport, and it was like I was lost as all get out. It's like, find my gate. Where are our gates? What's a gate? What's all, like Like somebody should have gave me a tour of the airport before I went, but nobody did that. So I had to be a big girl. I had to be grown up and figure it out on my own, but the Lord be blessing me. So literally as I'm walking into the airport, a really handsome man, if you ever stumble across this video, because we did not exchange numbers, if you ever see this video, sir, it's me, Jamaica, and I love you. No, I'm just kidding, but but yeah, very handsome man was like, are you lost? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, where are you trying to go? I'll help you. So ironically, we were taking the same flight. He was going to Orlando, unfortunately for a funeral, but he was getting on that seat. We were boarding the same plane, so it was like, well, thank God for you. You know, he got me there. Very kind. We laughed the whole time. He waited for me to tie my shoe because my shoe untied from doing the TSA. Very kind man. I was praying that his seat was next to mine, but I wasn't so lucky. He sat somewhere else, and then I ain't see him again after that. So if you see this, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for getting me to my flight. Thank you for not kidnapping me, and thank you for not knowing any traffickers to send my way to kidnap me. So thank God for you. You're a great man, and it was nice to meet you. So I was so scared flying, y'all. Like, I was very anxious. I was like, woo, flying, woo, flying. So on my first flight, I actually slept because my first flight was at 5:45 a.m. to get to my layover. So I took a nap, and then I was in Orlando for what, an hour and a half, and then I had my flight to Atlanta. So being at Orlando's airport, because that's all I did, I didn't leave. I was not about to leave and come back because where was I gonna go? Where was I gonna go? Nowhere. So I had some avocado toast, and yes, I eat avocado toast. You know, because somebody called me bougie. Somebody said I was uppity. I call myself bougie because hells are bougie. We're bougie folk. She called me uppity, and I guess that do sound a little bit uppity, like, girl, avocado, who the hell be in the airport eating avocado toast? But it was me. The avocado toast was actually pretty good. I love me some avocado toast, y'all. So I had that, and then I had some Evian water because I love Evian water. It's the best water if you ask me. They come from the purest springs, and this video is not sponsored by them, okay? Consider myself a water connoisseur, and they have some of the best spring water your tongue can touch. So then it was time for me to do my second flight to Atlanta. I was a little bit scared, but then I was like, y'all, I've already been on a plane and took off and landed. So I was like, I'm fully prepared this time because this is my second flight today, and I'm almost a pro at this flying. So while flying, I took this book. My girl Lamb in the podcast space gave me this book. Like, she was telling me about it. She brought me a planner, and she got me this book, and it came the day before my flight, and I was so grateful because I was like, what am I going to do on the flight on the way, because you're going to have your phone on airplane mode, so it's not like you can watch your phone. And it was like, well, shout out to her for giving me this book, because then it gave me something to do while on the flight. So on my second flight, I read 2 chapters of this book. I think I read the first time too, though. I was reading at the airport, but I did a lot of reading. And The Secret. I'm learning The Secret, y'all. But there, I grasped a lot of it, but I was just trying to be grateful. And where I messed up along the lines was my thoughts took over during this trip, y'all. Thoughts are powerful. We attract what we think, and y'all, I didn't really believe it. Like, I believed it a little, like you attract what you are, but it was like a sprinkle of me believing it. I believed it a lot by the end of this weekend. By the end of this weekend, I was like, oh no, I'm never thinking negatively again, because it ruined my trip. Being a negative Nancy ruined my trip almost. It almost ruined my trip. So now that I've had time to think about it, I shared like the experience with like maybe 2 people. And then while sharing the experience yesterday with Lamb, who bought me the book, thank you, Lamb, it helped me realize some more growth in some other areas that I needed to be better at. So it was like, girl, thank you so much for this book. I can't wait till I finish reading it. I'm gonna probably read it like 2 times because, you know, practice makes perfect. And reading it once gets me to want to change my mindset, but in order for me to instill new habits, I have to read it more. So I was reading the book, but it talked about the powerfulness of your mind and how your thoughts can control what happens to you in your reality. The more that you think about things, the more the universe will answer and give you those things that you are thinking about. I was thinking about money. Y'all, I thought about money the whole time. Like, going to the trip, worried about, like, is this really something I need to be doing? Because if you ask me, trips are for rich people. I do not think poor people should be traveling. And I kept telling myself that. And I do consider myself poor. And this is where that's something else that I have to stop. Because I'm not poor. I am experiencing a decrease in cash flow. I'm not poor. The Lord blesses me. And words matter. So, but on the way to this room, am I too broke to be traveling? Like, traveling is for rich people. Like, am I gonna be good this whole time? Just so worried about money. So there was a blessing in me worrying. There were plenty of blessings in me worrying, but then me worrying also changed the trajectory of the trip. On my second flight, I met a nice man. Not for me to date, y'all. He was like my daddy. That's something else I learned about Frontier. Everybody who purchased tickets on Frontier, whether you buy them together or separately, regardless, they separate your ticket. Like, we had a mama mad that they had her separated from her child because she bought the baby ticket at the same time as her. She checked her and the baby in at the same time, but she was in the front of the plane, the baby was in the back of the plane. Oh, this mama was mad. And I would be upset too, because why is my child in the back of the plane? My child is a child. Why are y'all separating tickets when they be in part? Why are you doing that? If I'm buying 2 tickets at a time, why are you separating them? Put me next to the person I want to be sitting by. So, Frontier weird as ever. So this man and his wife bought tickets together. They went to Iceland, y'all. They went to Iceland. They out here doing it. They retiring and they traveling the world together. Like, talk about black goals, black goals. So, I'm sitting next to him and he's just telling me that him and his wife went to Iceland. I should try it one day. I was like, yeah, like, that's probably like the last trip I would ever take. I live in Cleveland. I'm not trying to go nowhere and be cold. I'm not hopping on the plane to go colder. Winter time in Cleveland, Ohio is good enough for me. I don't need to sit in nobody's hot spring. That's for them. I hope y'all have fun. You know, I'll do that at the end of my life with my spouse. You know, so we talked about his children, and he was actually a stepdad, which got us talking about my podcast. I was like, you know, stepdaddy season is over. There ain't too many men checking to be stepdads. And he was like, no, that's for real true. Like, he's like, you know, my stepson, like, I'm on my stepson knowing for a long time he just used to mistreat me. And then, like, now he was... So he was saying that it took a couple years for his son to realize that was the only father he ever had, and now they have a better relationship. And I was like, that's so cool. Like, that's so cool. Like, he said that he came into his stepson's life about close to about my son's age, maybe about 10. So now, you know, his son like 33. The stepson is 33. So they have a really good relationship now. That's the only father he ever knew. But so we talked about all of that. So he's like, you know, like, we discussed how being a stepdad is it's an unappreciated role. You know, like, women don't make men feel appreciated to be stepfathers. Stepchildren are absolutely trash as fuck and ask for their own parents every day. So it's just like, it's a lot. It's an effortless job, I'll tell you that. So, you know, it's not for the weak, you know, it's not for everybody, but it was a position that he took pride in, and he said that he always knew at some point that his son would come to the realization that everything that he ever did was to benefit him. So I was like, that's so cool. So one of his sons is married. They just had a baby. They was on a flight. And then his other son is single and childless. So I was like, you know, y'all know I don't even be trying to bother with them. But he was like, I'm gonna tell him about you because you a real good girl. I think he can get over being a stepdad. Your son older. I was like, all right, if you think so, y'all. So after that flight, him and his wife were absolutely angels, and I thank God for those people. They'll probably will not see this video. Their son might. So Kadeem, tell your parents I absolutely love them. But these people were so great to me, and this is what I mean by the Lord be blessing me, because the Lord will send all types of vessels into my life to make sure that I'm good. Like, God already know, once I would have got to that Atlanta airport, I would have flipped out just on how huge it is. Somebody said it's the largest airport in the US. They not lying, y'all. They not lying. I would have not have been prepared if it weren't been for this couple. Like, they genuinely saved my life. You gotta take a train to baggage claim. Did you know that? I didn't know that either, but I learned that day. Like, I was like, oh, this airport's so big, we gotta take trains to get the bags. They took me to baggage claim, and then they took me to the train where I would have to ride the train to get to the rental area, because all of it's not together. And it's like, at Cleveland Hopkins, you walk to these individual areas. Ain't no trains in these places. You walk. No. It specifically said at the train station, to get to where baggage claim was, it would take 43 minutes to walk. Who you think? I wasn't gonna walk for 43 minutes. Not me. Not gonna be no sweaty mess. And I was cute, but I wasn't. I'm gonna insert pictures of how cute I was for my flight. But I was cute. So while we were waiting on the bags, y'all, these people gave me $100. And this $100 matters. So remember, they gave it to me. They gave me $100. It's like a $100 bill. And I was like, well, thank y'all. I hug these people, like, because I love them. Like, most people aren't, one, handing out money. Two, handing out large sums of money. Most people do not do stuff like that. Like, most people are very selfish, and they only think about satisfying their own needs. So it was just like, these people were like, we're so great that you're trying to do something that you normally don't do. This is your first trip. It's your birthday. God is telling us to bless you. And I was like, well, thank y'all. And thank you, God, for sending people to bless me. Like, honestly. So when I say that the Lord, JC, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, does not play about me, trust and believe he don't play about me. And he makes sure that I'm protected in all senses. All senses. Because again, this is one of the largest airports in the world. People get kidnapped. People get kidnapped all the time places. Not me though, because the Lord, he protects me. So thank you, Jesus. Okay. So once we did that, we exchanged numbers. I gave him my number, and that's how they son got my number, y'all. I texted him for a little bit, but he stopped texting me. But you know, it worked out. I went and got my rental. I didn't do a rental. I did a Toro, because Toro's cheaper. Because I'm going to save as much money as I can. You don't need no deposit for Toro. You just go pick up the car. Just go pick up the car. And then once I got to Atlanta, that's when shit started happening for me. And when we say shit, for me, shit be like shit that's going to make me go haywire. And anything, for real, can make me go haywire. And like small, minute things, like anything that knocks off what my plan is, makes me go a little bit nuts. A lot of bit nuts. I become mean. I shut down. Negative Nancy. Let's talk about how the negative thoughts be rolling in. So first I had an attitude because this car that I rented only had the C port charger. And I have a USB port charger. I don't have a C to lightning. I have a USB to lightning, because I'm an iPhone user. So I was like, oh, what the hell cars are they building with these stupid C ports? But apparently all the cars are about to have it, because all plugs is about to change. Y'all, that made me mad. So then I had to go to Walmart. And get a charger. I'll upload the picture I took there, because I was absolutely cute in that Walmart. But y'all, once I got that charger, that's when I started having phone issues. So before I left here, I actually had my cell phone fixed. I needed my camera replaced because I cracked my camera. And I didn't go to my normal guy, because I have a phone guy, because I paid cash for my phone. I don't be having no insurance. I paid cash for my iPhone, and I needed to have my phone fixed. So whenever I needed to have it fixed, I got a guy. I have a guy. Chris takes really good care of me, and Chris wasn't there this day. So because this was the shop Chris worked at, I just knew that this man was a certified phone fixer. No, the fuck this man wasn't. This man messed up my phone, y'all. This man did not put my phone back together well. My phone wasn't put back together well, but it took for me to get to Atlanta for the phone to mess up. The phone didn't mess up the whole time I was in Cleveland. Like, I got my phone fixed Thursday morning. I didn't leave till Friday morning. All of Thursday, the phone worked. It worked, y'all. And this is what made me mad, because it was like, why the fuck is my phone messing up when I'm in a different state? How am I supposed to get around in a different state with no cell phone? How? Y'all, my mind is blue and I'm trying to be positive, but then I instantly go, this is why I don't be doing shit, because good shit where's the good shit for me? Now I can't, I'm so angry, I can't even recognize how blessed that I am, because I'm angry. So when I'm angry, I'm not receptive of reality as well. I get a little bit delusional and I be like, well, it's me. That's how I be, y'all. Be like, oh my God, I'm always being punished. What did I do to deserve this? Why can't I be in Atlanta with a working cell phone? Why me, God? Why me? This is me. So I'm over here like, yo, this is wild. So the phone is literally cutting on and off while I'm in traffic. Luckily, it's so much traffic. Like, it takes 20 minutes to get to the airport from where I stayed. And I stayed in Buckhead. I'm a little bit bougie, like I said, so I want to stay in Buckhead. So it's typically a 20-minute drive, but there was so much traffic, it took me 46 minutes. It took me 46 minutes to get from the airport to this hotel room. I was supposed to go to a day party, a HBCU day party, because my aunt and my uncle are HBCU grads, so I was supposed to go to a day party. I had big plans to be at this day party because I was like, oh, maybe I'll meet a Greek man and fall in love with him, like literally at this party. Meet him at this party, fall in love with him by the end of the party, and then I was gonna go to the Battle of the Bands later that evening. Like, that was my plan in my mind, because my uncle is an alpha. And I absolutely love my uncle. This is my favorite alive uncle. I love my uncle. Like, this whole weekend, y'all, I'm gonna mention it as I go on, but if I can pick the kind of man that I want an Uncle Brian. I want an Uncle Brian. Uncle Brian love him some Auntie Sherry, and I want my man to love me just as much as that man love his wife. So, yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I'll stumble across an Uncle Brian at this party. Maybe my Uncle Brian gonna come here, see me, and be like, Meek, is that you? Baby, I'm ready to love you. But I ain't make the party. I ain't make the party because by the time I finally got to my room, and it was 5 o'clock. Y'all, it was 5 o'clock by the time I finally got to my room. I was so blue because the Battle of the Bands started at 7. So I still had to get dressed because I wasn't wearing what I wore on the flight nowhere. So I still had to shower. By the time I showered, it was almost 7 o'clock. It was time to get to the Battle of the Bands. Yeah, and then there was more traffic. My phone Friday was in and out. And thank God it was in and out, because I would have never made it to the Mercedes Stadium if it wasn't, because how would I have gotten there? Y'all think I read maps? I'm not reading no map. I don't even know where to find a map. I'd have stayed my tail in that hotel room. So I keep talking about we, y'all. I was me the whole weekend. Like, my uncle and my aunt stayed at a whole different hotel. They stayed downtown Atlanta. They weren't in Buckhead with me. They stayed downtown closer to the stadium. So I go to the stadium. It takes me another 43 minutes to get there. No highway, y'all. No highway. This is just straight driving through the road. But from what I found out, was this weekend was very busy in Atlanta this weekend. It was a few graduations. They had a few different parties and events. It was a concert at the convention center right next to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. When I went, like, I parked in the wrong parking lot. I had to walk almost a mile. Y'all, I was doing a lot of walking too this weekend. I did a lot of walking this weekend because the closer you park anywhere, the more expensive parking is. And as a Cleveland gal, I don't do that. Oh, it costs $40 to park at the stadium. I'm gonna spend $20 at the lot a mile away, and I'll walk them out. I put on some walking shoes, and I'm glad I took them walking shoes because I was planning to wear heels. But when my uncle and my aunt told me how comfortable they were, I was like, Mom, I'm not wearing no heels. And I'm glad I didn't, because I had to walk them out. I would have been real mad in them heels. I'd have been mad as hell. So I get to the stadium. It's the bands, and oh my God, it was so much nostalgia. So y'all don't know, but I wanted to go to a HBCU. I always wanted to go to Atlanta. I wanted to go to college in Atlanta. I used to want to go to Clark Atlanta, or I wanted to go to Spelman. And me and my twin cousin, I have a twin cousin that's 12 hours younger than me. Well, 11 hours, but we were born 12/24/92. I came at 8 a.m. She came at 7 p.m. We was gonna go to Spelman. We both wanted to be doctors. She wanted to be a baby doctor, and I wanted to be a brain surgeon. We just had our, we was gonna go. We was gonna go, y'all. We ain't go. My cousin is scientist. She stuck with the science stuff. But me, I do accounting. I'm not even no doctor. Like, by the time I went to college, I went to school for accounting because I have a love for math. And when I did my PSAT and my scores came back the way they did, I learned that sis couldn't be a neurologist. Sis wasn't smart enough. But, you know, that's a story for another day. But yeah, like, oh. That really just made me sad that okay, I don't know if I'm gonna leave that in here, but I've always wanted to be a part of Atlanta and in the black culture and the black scene. So it was like, I was like, this is so close to like what I wanted to be, like near the drum line, and seeing all of that, all of that, it made me feel really good to be there. And I was kind of quite surprised that the stadium was as empty as it was for the Battle of the Bands. Like, people like the football game more, but it was a little bit empty. Like, I wasn't even sitting by nobody for the Battle of the Bands. It was literally just me because I couldn't get by my uncle and my aunt. They bought my tickets. Shout out to y'all, because y'all be taking care of me. But they had already bought their tickets, so by the time I decided to tag along, there weren't any seats in their area. So, which was crazy as heck, because I was like, but I see how people bought the tickets. So it was really nice. Because of how late I got there, I only got to see 2 out of the 4 bands. But be that as it may, I enjoyed the 2 bands that I did get to see. I liked the halftime performance. It was very nice. It was very, very nice. It was a really good feeling. And in the midst of it, just while sitting there, I was like, oh, I'm about to live through my son. Like, I've always been half and half about it. Like, maybe you should let your baby have his own life. Sending me here to Atlanta has helped me realize that his life is my life, and he's going to a HBCU. Why? It's a lot of reasons why, but primarily so he can get a good experience of the black culture at its finest. There is a lot of negativity that's attached to HBCUs, one of which is that they don't like to give out money, but a lot of that is due to us. We don't support things that belong to us, and even non-HBCU alumni could be making sure that black children get better educations where more scholarships could be offered. Like, it is nothing for you to be a black established business and to offer a scholarship program to black students to attend HBCUs. Every single black person on the internet that's successful can make the decision to do that, and we could all send plenty of black kids to black college, making it better for us. Like, it's not too many races of people that got to college. You know, those other races didn't advocate for that, so we did. And I think it would be better for us to be sending our children there. So my son going to a HBCU, which one? I don't know. I just know I got to get my money up so I can send him, so we don't have to depend on no scholarship money. So I'm sending mine. Like, I'm literally texting him during the band battle, and I was like, so you want to go to HBCU? Because before I told you ain't have to go to college because college was a waste, but I changed my mind. You should go. That's what I told, because my son is not, the academia is not his strength, y'all. That baby do not be liking school, but I'm gonna send him. But we'll see how high school go. Like, if he tightens up in high school, I'm absolutely sending him to a HBCU, and I'm not gonna think twice about it. So we do that. Did we do something? I got a little bit tipsy at the game because I had me some Prosecco, and just so you know, Prosecco's my favorite. Baby girl loves her a nice sparkling wine, and my number 2 is champagne. Champagne is a little bit more expensive, but mama likes her Prosecco, mama likes her champagne, and mama loves her Blanca Blanc, okay? And I also like me a really good Riesling, okay? I love a really good Riesling, but auntie. Y'all talking about a bougie aunt? Girl, my bougie auntie be telling like your grapes should be from here. Should be Argentina got the best grapes for Riesling. Like Auntie Sherry be keeping me together. Talk about being a rich bougie auntie. That's what Auntie Sherry is. And I love that the internet makes you think that only can come when you single. But Auntie Sherry is Uncle Brian's wife. And she loves the ground. My uncle walked on, okay? I mean, she loves my uncle dirty draws. And she's still the bougie auntie. Like, talk about, if there is a figure I want to be, it's Auntie Sherry. I want me a man that loves me, that takes care of me, and all while I still get to be great. Because Auntie Sherry a judge. Auntie Sherry a judge, my Uncle Brian a doctor. Dr. Brian Hill. And she'd be so proud to be Dr. Brian Hill's wife. So, and not a medical doctor, y'all. He has a doctorate in education. He works for Department of Education. So, you know, they rock. They are the top of the line power couple of the Hells, because they like 50, 49 and 50. So they're still kind of younger, but they are the couple the rest of us be looking towards. Like my millennial cousins that's married, we be like, you the next Uncle Brian, Auntie Sherry. That's how we be. Like, you next up. Like my cousin Orlando, who looks a lot like Uncle Brian, him and his wife Charlotte, they on the way up, y'all. I be like, y'all the next rich Hells. They be like, how we gonna be rich if we giving it away? I'm like, you right. God don't bless no mess. You right. But my family is absolutely anointed, y'all. I'm not gonna play with y'all about them. And Jesus don't play about the Hells. Okay. So anyway, Friday after, got a little bit of drink, got me some food from the stadium, and then I went back to the hotel. This is when my phone really messed up, guys. This is when my phone was straight to shit. So I ended up dropping them off at their room, and then I was like, I'm gonna sit in my hotel bar and I'm gonna give me some Prosecco, and I'm gonna see what ballers is walking through this Westin, because I stayed at the Westin, in the Buckhead. Like, let me see what ballers is in here, because I only like ballers. No, I'm just kidding. They don't always be ballers, but I like well-to-do men. So I'm at the bar. It was a nice man there too. Oh, it was a nice man. He said he was big in investment banking. And then he's like, I work, but I work for myself. So I like to come here to this hotel maybe once or twice a month to get some work done and just give myself a down weekend. So this was his down weekend, y'all. So I'm just talking to this man, really nice, handsome black man. He was maybe like 48, Definitely my style as far as like, cause I love a daddy. I love a daddy. So I was so mad because my phone was broke. So I looked down at my phone and it's not turning on. And I'm like, my phone just was fully charged in the car. Why would my phone be dead? So I go up to the room. I was like, man, I'm so upset. So I asked the bartender, could I even take my drink up there? Because can I take this drink to my room? Because I'm no longer comfortable sitting at this bar. And he's like, yeah, go ahead, take it up. So I take it up. So then the black guy, he said, are you leaving already? And I was like, my cell phone is broken. I don't feel comfortable being down here without a cell phone. And he was like, I understand. I wish it wasn't broken, because you could have sat here and talked to me for the whole night. And I should have sat down there, y'all. Like, I don't know if that was God or the devil. Like, I honestly could have walked away from my husband, because I'm sitting up here fumbling around with this stupid ass cell phone. But I was scared. I'd be scared, y'all. Like, I was already like, I don't want to travel by myself because bitches get kidnapped. So I was like, I don't want to be at this hotel bar with no cell phone. Like, what if it's an emergency? What if it's an emergency? So I go to the room, trying to plug this phone up, y'all. This phone would not turn on. I'm knocking it around, clicking it on stuff. It's not turning on. So then at some points, it would turn on when I would plug up, and then it would go off as soon as I would pull it out. That's what she said. But it would go, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm assuming, because my phone always breaks, so I'm assuming that my battery is messed up. And I'm like, okay, well, young boy who didn't put my phone together right, didn't put it together right. So I'm literally knocking my phone around because I'm assuming my battery is out of place. Yeah, that wasn't what the problem was. And the more I kept doing it, the more I found myself frustrated. I kind of tossed my phone across the room. And I did. I genuinely tossed the phone across the room. I knocked my glass of wine over, and I broke the glass. I hope they don't charge me for it. They didn't charge me for it, because they charged me so much for calls. which brings me to the next point. I decided to call all the people that I know from this hotel phone. Don't do that, y'all. I found out that long distance calls on a hotel phone is by far one of the most expensive things that you can pay for. My hotel calls were $331. The hotel stay for the weekend was $330. I paid more to call people than I did to stay there. Don't do it, okay? If you didn't know, now you know. Cause I didn't know that they billed you for hotel calls, but now you know. You know that they is a lot of money. Don't do it. You don't need to call nobody when your phone is broke out of town, okay? Call God. That's who I should have been calling, Jesus, because I had no business dialing people's phone numbers on that phone. And the worst part was, I don't know nobody's number. So I got my son a new phone, and when I bought him a new phone, I never memorized his new number because his first number was real close to my number. But when I had to change his number, they just gave him a new random number. I never remembered it because I am a product of current times. And in current times, we don't remember phone numbers, we save them because the cell phone knows everything. And this is how not having a cell phone bit me in my butt because how I'm supposed to call people? I'm supposed to call people. So I called my mama to get my son's phone number. My mama didn't answer her phone. Every time I called my mama, Weston charged me $9.54. My mama phone went to voicemail 5 times. Like, it wasn't even ringing. It never rang. It went straight to voicemail. But every time it did, it was $9.54. So that, yeah, we already at $45. We at $45, almost $50. Just for calling my mama. Just for calling my mama. I only know my mama and my daddy number by heart. So I called my daddy, and my daddy got an Obama phone, y'all. He on minutes still. So he almost didn't answer this damn phone call because who would be calling me from Georgia? But he answered. Is everything okay? Who is this? And I'm like, Dad, it's me. You got my baby number? Trying to get my baby number. My dad didn't even have my baby's number. My dad had my old baby phone number. Man, he had a new number for almost 2 years. Why you don't got his new number? He's like, this, I don't know. I was like, yeah, you a shitty granddad, because how you don't got my baby number? But that's another story. So I'm like, well, give me Uncle Brian's number at least. So I called Uncle Brian, because that's my daddy's brother. So he had Uncle Brian's number. So he gave me Uncle Brian's number. Call Uncle Brian. Hey, Uncle Brian, it's me. My cell phone is completely broken. I can't do nothing. I'm all sad. He's like, don't be sad. It's just a phone. I'll look up stuff so you can get the phone fixed tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Uncle Brian, I want to do stuff tonight. And I can't do stuff tonight because the cell phone is broken. I'm upset. He telling me, don't be mad about that phone, but y'all, the phone, I was already mad about it. I'm already mad about it. I'm highly upset. So I'm like, but can you give me my baby's number? It's like, I felt like the shittiest mom on earth because why do I have to call so many people to get my child? My child. This is my child. I gave birth to him and I don't know my baby number. It's crazy. So he had my baby number though. He had my baby right number because him and my baby talking. But he a better great uncle than my daddy is a grandpa. But so he had my baby number. Then I called my baby. Y'all called my son 6 times before he answered the phone. And he almost didn't answer the phone because I couldn't understand why somebody would be calling me from this number 404. 404 is the Georgia's area code. We 216. That little boy was not about to answer the phone. I'm leaving voicemails like, it's your mother. Answer the phone. God was so mad he wasn't answering this phone. So he finally answered it. So I'm like, all right, now give me Tevin's number. Because I need Tevin's number. Because Tevin bought the flight and everything was in Tevin's email already. So it was like, well, now I don't got access to my phone. I'm going to need to get my boarding pass when I'm leaving Sunday since I can't use the phone. So I was just trying to be proactive. So I talked to Tevin the most. Like, I'm literally complaining to Tevin 22 minutes. So as I'm on the phone with Tevin, it's a little piece of paper by the phone. I I ain't looked at this damn piece of paper the whole time. But I looked at the paper and it said that phone calls was $1.50 per minute. I was like, oh, I gotta go, Tab. This phone call costs $1.50 per minute. The fucking phone call was not $1.50 per minute. I talked to Tevin for 22 minutes. They charged me $69.70 for that phone call. My phone bill was only $80 a month. I paid almost my phone bill to talk to one person for 22 minutes. Y'all, I was pissed off when I got this little thing. I was so mad when I finally looked at it. Who the hell would have known that hotel calls was so expensive? Oh, so I was pissed. So now I'm like, now I couldn't connect to watch Netflix because I didn't remember my Netflix password. At first I had it connected to my phone, but now that the phone is not connected, I can't watch the Netflix. So I had no choice but to go to sleep. I went to sleep and I had an attitude. I prayed a little bit. I tried to read this book, y'all, but I was already mad. I was mad and there was nothing I could do to calm me down. So I went to sleep, got up the next day. Maybe yesterday was a fluke and my phone would be working. No, it wasn't. The phone still wasn't working. I was so mad. It made me even more mad because then I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym to work out and make myself feel better. Joke was on me. Weston was working on their gym, so the gym was closed. I had to walk to another hotel to go to their gym. That was their sister hotel. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't, so I didn't go to the gym. So then I was like, all right, well, at least let me use the computer so I can log into my email address so I can print out my boarding pass. Couldn't do that because they don't let you use that computer to do nothing but look up nothing. You can only look up hotel stuff on the hotel computer. So I'm like, when did they start doing stuff like this? Like, I don't go out of town often. I don't spend that much time in hotels, but I could have sworn you could use the internet to do real stuff, not look at their hotel options. Like, I don't need to know. I can ask you at the front desk about this hotel. I don't need to look at this. Well, I was mad. So I'm even more mad because that was how I planned on communicating with Uncle Brian. In our conversation, Uncle Brian said he was gonna send me phone repair places so I could go to. I can't look at the places to go if I can't access the email, y'all. Oh, I was so mad. So, boom. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I go to the front desk and the lady's like, maybe you should go to Lenox Mall. Lenox Mall was right next door. You could see the mall entrance from my hotel room. I stayed on the 21st floor, 20th floor. 2021 was my room number. So you could see it. So she's like, why don't you go over there and see if there's a kiosk there that can fix your cell phone. I'm like, girl, you right. I should go over there and do that. I was mad as fuck when I got there. I thought somebody to fix the phone, but boy did I pay a lot to get it fixed. This man charged me initially. He wanted $250 to fix the phone. I then negotiated myself down to $130. Okay, and I'm sitting up there all sad looking. I'm a damsel in distress. Y'all better believe that I be playing my femininity to the fullest. Men love solving problems, and I be having problems to be solved. So my phone broke. I'm not from here. This Arabic man was like, I want to do whatever I can to make you happy. And that's all he kept saying. And I was like, okay, what you gonna do to make me happy? And he was like, oh, we got down to 130. Does 130 make you happy? I was like, I could do that. I could do that. I could do that, Arabic daddy. I could do that. I could scrounge at 130 for you to fix this cell phone. He get to taking the phone apart. And that's when he let me know that young boy in Cleveland played the shit out of me. He's like, this phone is, he like, nothing put back right. Your phone is loose. And the phone was loose. I could literally click my phone, smash my phone screen in, and it would make a clicking sound. Because the brother ain't put my phone back together in Cleveland right. All right? So there was, the fact that the phone hadn't fell apart sooner was crazy. Like, that was nothing but the devil getting me to Atlanta for this bitch to fall apart. Because it'd have been cheaper for me to fix it in Cleveland, because I know people in Cleveland. So, he's like, 130. I'm I'm like, okay, so the more he went through the phone, the more the phone calls. Y'all, I ended up paying $170 to fix the phone. I needed a new screen. I needed a new screen, and I needed a new battery. And that's initially what the $130 was for. A new screen and a new battery, which was really a lot because I only paid $50 to replace my screen and I only paid $40 to replace my battery. So that's $90. So I'm already paying $40 more than I normally would in my hometown. But now I'm paying for a traveler's fee. That's how I'm seeing it. You out of town, you got to pay extra because you out of town. That wasn't all that was wrong with the phone. Oh, I needed a new charger sensor. My charger sensor was broken. My charger sensor was broken and my SIM card port was also broken. I wasn't about to pay for the SIM card part. He said I could rub on it a little to get it to work and then you can get somebody in your city to work on it when you get back. I said, okay. But to fix the charger port, that was an additional $40. So I got a new battery, a new screen, and a new charger port for $170. That was a lot of money to me. That was a lot of money. My goofy tail only took $250 to travel with. So $170 from $250, I'm sitting up here like, golly. I knew I should have stayed home. I knew traveling was for rich people. Y'all, I was barely feeding myself because I don't be eating. Like, I'm really good at not eating. I just say I'm an ultimate faster. Like, what time is it? It's 2:42 Sunday. It ain't even January. Sunday, December 31st. I still have not had a meal yet. It's almost dinner time. I have not eaten anything today yet. So I am the ultimate faster. I will fast my ass away so I can save some money. You talking about I think not eating saves you money. It saves you money and it keeps you thin, baby. Cause so I'm like, damn, I didn't even get to eat much, but I got a cell phone. So now that the phone is finally fixed, it's almost 1 o'clock. And the Battle of the Bands was at, not the Battle of the Bands. Today, Saturday was the football game. So the football game was actually on Saturday. So I was like, damn, no, it was already after 12. So I was like, damn, I'm late. So I was late. So by the time I needed to be to the game, which I had planned to be early so I could find good parking, but I couldn't be early because my phone was broken. It was really taking time to fix it. Like, I had been over there since the mall was open, but it took 2 hours to fix my phone. I even went to go talk to Apple, and Apple was like, girl, we wouldn't fix this XR. I had an XR2. I was like, honey, please, we ain't fixing that. We ain't getting you gotta buy a new phone. You want a new phone? Get a new phone. And to finally get the phone fixed, I'm on the phone with Uncle Brian sad, because I was like, I'm so glad I got the phone fixed, but now I'm learning that I'm gonna become one of those people who has to be in debt, like, just to have a phone. And that's not me, y'all. If I can't pay cash, I don't want it. I don't like having debt. I don't like owing people. I don't ask to borrow money. I ask for money. I'm very specific in what I do because I don't like paying you back. I don't want to pay you back. Can I have some money? If I can't have the money, I don't want it because I ain't gonna give it back. I'm not. So don't even let me have no money if you expecting it back, because I'm expecting to never give it to you. And that's why I don't borrow. You know, I don't be borrowing from nobody. Like, I will, and if I do borrow, I'll be real clear. I will pay you back tax time. And I do pay people back tax time. That's the only time I pay people back. Don't expect me to pay you back on no random August 31st. It ain't happening, sis. It ain't happening. It's not happening. Everybody know I don't even ask to borrow money. I say have. I don't ask to borrow nothing. Borrow is not in my vocabulary. Can I have? Can I have? Can you give me? Do you have enough money to give me? It's never borrow. Ever, ever. I don't want to borrow nothing. Borrowing is for rich people who can pay you back. If life's been tight for me all year and I'm borrowing from you because life is tight, you think life gonna alleviate for me to pay you back? No, life is still tight. Can I have it? But no, so that's how I see life. So I was like, no, stop. I don't want to be one of those people who got to pay towards a cell phone every month for me to have a phone. I just never want to be one of those Americans. It's uncivilized to me. It's poverty stricken. It's poverty stricken. And Uncle Brian's like, well, Meek, he don't call me Meek, he called me my name. Well, Meek, join the party with the rest of us Americans, because this is what the rest of us is doing. It's just that, okay? I know what Granddad told you, but Granddad times is long behind us. Get in line and get you some debt, sis. So I go to the football game, I get there, and I'm trying to be happy. I'll insert a picture. I didn't get to take pictures of my before outfit because my phone was broke, but I got a picture of me, Uncle Brian, Auntie Sherry after the game. So I'll insert that. But I was real cute. I was cute, I will say that. I got complimented the whole weekend. I did this style before I went. It's a faux lock style, and I got compliments on my hair the whole weekend and my outfits. Your girl was doing it even with my sad face because I was still sad at the game about the money I spent. I spent all my money, and now I gotta save my money because this all the money I'ma have to get back home. Like, I'm still not feeding myself. Phone fixed, but I still gotta get back to Cleveland tomorrow. Like, I still have another day out of Cleveland. So luckily, because the Lord be blessing me, Uncle Brian gave me $100 at the game. So mind you, that really nice couple gave me $100 and Uncle Brian gave me $100. That's $200. Uncle Brian and the nice couple paid for me to get my phone fixed. I didn't pay for it myself, but it took me later to realize that. In the moment, I'm mad, sad about the money. Like, I really almost didn't enjoy myself because I felt like I was so effing broke. So it was just like, well, I still have to be mindful even though Uncle Brian gave me money. Like, Uncle Brian gave me money, and then I was like, I'm just gonna buy a Prosecco and I'm not gonna do anything else for the rest of the day. But Uncle Brian ended up buying me a Prosecco, and then he ended up buying me something to eat too. So it was like, thank you, Uncle Brian, I love you. Okay, I love my uncle. Like, everybody need an Uncle Brian. If y'all don't got no Uncle Brian, I don't know what to tell y'all. Uncle Brian is why I don't got a trick. I don't have to ask men for nothing. I don't have to be out here on the internet crying, dry begging, because I got an Uncle Brian. And I'll be like, I tell him that, I'll be like, I thank God that you work as hard as you do, because Uncle Brian got his own children, like, and I be saying, so I be like, sorry that I always need you, and he be like, this is why Jesus blesses me, so I can bless y'all, so I can help y'all. And that's one of my goals, to become so fruitful within life and financially stable and comfortable, more than good, where my funds are runneth over, that I can share it among my family. And I believe that's one of the reasons why my family is blessed and anointed, because we do not believe in holding on to it. Like, this is the family's money, right? This money for family. Like, I want to be the auntie that my nieces and nephews can go to in their time of need one day. Like, not today, but in 20 years, I definitely want to be able to be there for them. Like, y'all, I was there. I remember being 20. I remember being struggling. Let me help you out. I want to be that. And I need to make sure that I live my life the way I need to solidify those things. So yeah, Uncle Brian keep me good. So Uncle Brian a couple bought my phone, got my phone fixed. He got me something to drink. Then we ended up going back to their hotel to change. We went to the mall for the rich folk. This was a mall for them because they make money. This was not a mall for me. I had never heard of this mall. It's called, dang, I be forgetting, Phelps. Phelps, because when I tried to look it up with an F, and he was like, no, it's PH. So we went to Phelps. Phelps they had like every name brand store you could think of was inside of this mall. Like, it was name brand stores that I had only seen on TV that rich people on reality shows go to in this mall. So very cute this day, because I had my brunch outfit on for dinner. So then after that, we went to a black owned Michelin star restaurant, because Uncle Brian said we do luxury, okay? And shout out to my uncle keeping me bougie. Keeping me bougie. And then they told me that I need to expand my horizon and stop thinking so small, because I won't even look at expensive stuff, y'all, because I don't be wanting to get upset. And they say you have to look at the expensive stuff so you know what to aspire to be. And I was like, y'all is right, okay? If I want to be more like Uncle Brian and Auntie Sherry, I gotta think big. And to think big, I gotta know big. And I can't know big in my own little square. Like, my square keeps me nice and balanced, okay, on the budget. So I was like, yeah, they right. So this Michelin star, I'm gonna shout them out. I want to get the name right, so I have to go to my Instagram to see what the name was called, because of course I don't remember. But this was that day. Y'all probably can't see it, but I'll be cute. Okay, I was like that. Twisted Soul Cookhouse and Pours. Really dope menu. It was like a soul fusion spot. If you are from Cleveland, very Zanzibar like. Very Zanzibar. It's like, that's like our black luxury spot here in the city. So the options, they were very black people like, so I had a salad. And trying new stuff is really hard for me, but I had a salad. The salad was cool. They could have did my chicken better for the salad. I didn't even eat the chicken. I had one piece of chicken. I didn't eat it. My auntie was like, that overcooked piece of chicken. I was like, girl, it was overcooked. And she real bougie. Y'all should meet Auntie Sherry. She bougie. She got a nice red blend to eat with her dinner. Cause who just know red blends? I know I don't, but Auntie Sherry keeps me a wine connoisseur. But they like their food. They like their food a lot though, cause they were willing to try stuff. They wasn't corny like me. Uncle Brian and Auntie Sherry tried something, and Uncle Brian don't like beef stroganoff, but he had a beef stroganoff there, and he said it was so delicious. He's like, this is so delicious. Like, if I would have started off with this, I would love beef stroganoff. I'm like, good for you for stepping out of your comfort zone, Uncle Brian. Not me. I was comfortable with my salad. I like salad too though. But that's something I'm really mindful of, me looking big. So like right now I've actually lost some weight, but my tummy has to look a certain way. Like I don't like for it to run us over too much. So I was just thinking, I don't want to look fat. I didn't want to look fat in none of my pictures, so I didn't want to eat anything that was heavy on the grease, and then I blow. So I ate a salad. Dang, don't be on my back. Just don't. I'm the black girl that likes salads, okay? I like salads and avocado toast. Yeah. But yes, that's me. But so we did that, and then I dropped them back off at their room, and then I went back to my room and went to bed. Like by the time I got done with them, it was almost 11 o'clock. So we had like a really busy day. Like all of Saturday was super busy. Then Sunday was the day that I had to leave. My God, my eye is so itchy. Sunday was the day I left. So my flight was at 2:30. But my Toro was due back at noon. Cause did y'all know if you keep the Toro after 12:30, they charge you for a whole day? I was gonna drop it off at 1, but it cost a whole day for an hour. I dropped it off at noon. I wasn't about to pay no extra money to keep no car for no hour. And I'm glad I dropped it off when I did, because you'll be in TSA forever. But anyway, before I get there, so I got dressed that morning and I took myself to breakfast. I took myself to, I think it's called Buttermilk something in Buckhead. I ain't make it out of Buckhead. All I did the whole weekend was be in Buckhead in downtown Atlanta. So like somebody asked me like, would you move there? I didn't see enough of Atlanta to make a decision based on that. Like I was only in the areas that were gentrified and that were nicer. Like if I would go again, I would absolutely want to stay in Buckhead again. And I would like, that would be an area I would want to be in because I enjoyed that area a lot. It was less traffic in Buckhead than it was in downtown Atlanta. So I like that capacity of it. So yeah, but took myself to have breakfast. Then right after that, I took myself straight to the airport. What I got out the trip? To be patient. And I really did learn from this trip. I learned to be patient. From what I've seen, like everything, this trip it solidified the desire for Black love for me. Like, I don't know what parts of Atlanta have all the people that advocate for being single and all the people with the fake bodies, because I kid you not, the whole weekend I only seen 3 fake bodies. I only seen 3 women that weren't authentic the whole weekend. I didn't run into any trans folk either, so it wasn't heavy on the alphabet community. It was all black. Everything was blackety black, but me, I did so many black stuff. Like, it was black people everywhere, and it was so much black love. Oh, it was so much black love. Like, at the football game, because he was like, where your friends? And I was like, oh, it's just me. And at this, I sat in the middle. I sat in between people, but I sat in between 2 black couples, ironically. So it was FAMU against Howard at the football game, and there was a black young couple, maybe my age. I don't even think they was as old as me, so let's say some 28-year-olds. And then it was an older couple that was on the right of me. The older couple, both sides of me, were FAMU alumni. The older couple had been married for 40 years and they met at FAMU. And then the other couple that was next to me, they have been together since college. They were married, and then they had like a 2-year-old, but they met at FAMU. So it just was like, see, that's how I was mad too, because I was supposed to go to an HBCU, and then I'm sitting up here like, that's why I don't got no man, because I ain't go to an HBCU. If I went to the HBCU like I was supposed to, I would be fucking married with my kids. But I fumbled not getting down to the HBCU because I was being hot to trot. Out here being hot to try to have a baby before I graduated, and I couldn't get to the HBCU. I couldn't get down there. Now I ain't met my man, and I don't know when I'm gonna meet him because I don't know. But like, that was one of my thoughts. But then I was like, no, people lying. People lying, talking about black people don't go to college and get married. Yes, black people do. So many black couples there. Like, it was so many bald-headed black men with a wife. Because that's how I was trying to find my uncle. Like, I told him, I was like, I feel like y'all had a meeting on what look y'all need to have, because it was so many men who looked like you there. He's like, no, it was a lot of men with a bald head and a wife. Like, that's all I went off of, a bald head and a wife. You know, and I was like, man, it's so many Uncle Brian's here. Like, Uncle Brian's an alpha, Auntie Sherry's an AKA. Apparently, that's a popular combo, okay? That combo comes in a lot of black features because there was so many black men and women in this feature. So I was like, golly. But it was love. Like, every time my uncle turned around, or my aunt, you know, ski, you know, I'm no AKA, but they would do that. I love that. It's like automatic networking. It's impossible not to meet good people when you're a part of a brotherhood like that. Like, it seemed like only black men who ain't bums seem to be a part of Greek life. So, you know, it just was a different vibe. It was different. There was not a single fight the whole weekend in any of the activities I participated in, which is one of the main reasons why I don't do nothing in Cleveland, because it seemed like every time we have something here, it ends in a fight or with a shooting. And it's just like, I'm not trying to have this little boy cash out on my life insurance policy before he an adult. So I'm gonna stay home. I be gonna stay home. So I stay home. But the vibe was different. It was, I don't know where y'all go, where black people are just mean and rude, but that wasn't my vibe either. It was nothing but love. Like, it was just niceness everywhere. Like, I swear to God, if I was a panhandler, I feel like every single black person I stumbled across would have just handed me some money, because these was just some of the nicest black people you could meet. It was like, well, look at y'all being blackety black. I was like, blackety black? You're blackety black and you're great? You're blackety black and you in love? You blackety black? There was so many fathers there with their children, just teaching their children the importance of a legacy. You know, daddy gonna send you to that school so you could be on drumline just like daddy was. Like, that's so beautiful to me. Like, y'all, like, it was like, I was so sad that then everything that I was sad about had to be removed, because Jesus allowed me to see what I want in real form. I want somebody who loves me. I want that. I want my own husband. I want my own man. I want a man who me and my aunt was talking about how she was like, people ask her all the time, like, where your real family be because you always with the Hales. Like, girl, you are a Hale. What other family? You belong to us. That's how it was. But I want to be that. Like, I want to be so integrated with my husband and his family that it's like, damn, do you got your own family? And it's like, I do, but I love this one. And my man is who I follow. Like, my man and his culture. That's one of the reasons why I be telling y'all I wouldn't date out my race, because I would want to instill the culture of my husband into my children. And if he ain't black, it's going to be kind of hard to teach black stuff to my kids. You know? So that's why I'm so big on that. But y'all, it was everything. It was everything. It was everything that I needed. When I was leaving at first, I was like, I'm not going nowhere for 2 years. Like, I really told some people that, like, I'm not taking no trip for 2 years. And I changed my mind. I'm going to take a trip again. I changed my mind. No, but I did change my mind because I decided that I'm being so limited by leaving myself here in Cleveland that I'm not allowing myself to have any experiences, and I'm convincing myself I can't do anything because of money. And I can have more money if I change the way I thought. And that's what this book helped me do, y'all. This book helped me realize that. But I can have more money if I change the way I thought. Like, a lot of why I'm not progressing and being fruitful is because of how I live and how I think. And this trip helped me realize that. Like, I worried about money, and this trip gave me, oh, you want to worry about money? Oh, here's the real worry. Like, and I was worried in the midst of the trip too. So, like, coming back, like, by day 2, when my deposit didn't hit my account back, I had to call for it. That's when I learned that those charges was $331. Oh, my heart was so broken, because not only was I not getting my deposit back, I also had to pay them more money. Like, they took more money out my account after it cleared. A whole bunch of money. It put me in the negative. Like, y'all, like, dang. So it's like the power of my mind. I understand the power of my mind. I understand the power of my words. And when I first had a conversation with Lamb, she told me to stop saying, like, men don't like me and it's hard to find, like, the kind of men that I like, because that does play a factor. So y'all, I'm getting a man this year, okay? It's December 31st, 2023, last day of the year. But in 2024, love gonna find me. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, and he gonna find me, okay? He gonna find me. And I'm over here being Proverbs 31 so I can find me a husband. So he find me, because I ain't gonna find him. He gonna find me. I'm not gonna have to find him. He gonna stumble across me somewhere in this world, y'all. This trip helped me realize that I want to do more trips, so I gotta get my money up so I can do them. At some point, I want to be able to take my son somewhere so he can have some experiences, so he don't end up like me, because my parents definitely limited me. And as I've grown up, I found out that I was limited for no damn reason. That's what I found out as I was growing up. But I don't want my son to have that limited experience, and I don't want him to think that there isn't anything better than here, because that's what I used to think for a long time. Now, granted, I love me some Cleveland, honey, and I ain't really trying to leave. I ain't rushing to leave here, but it helped me realize that things could be better elsewhere. And when people say you just need to get out and get the experience, they was right. They was right. But I was too stuck in my own mind, my own experience, and my own tax bracket to understand that and appreciate those words. So Atlanta has helped wake me up. Atlanta has helped me understand the trajectory I want my life to go into, and it has absolutely helped me realize that I crave to have other half, because you can't call people partners, you can't, it's so many things we can't call them, but I really want a man. Yeah, I really want a man. And I didn't even realize how much I wanted him until I took this Atlanta trip. Like, I was genuinely putting myself in a position where I was at peace with being single, because it's ghetto out here. Like, dating is absolutely ghetto. So it's just like, well, I don't need no man. God ain't sent one, so I obviously don't need him. That's how, like, that's the approach that I was about to take. But that's no longer it. Now I know that I need to put myself into positions where he can find me. And that's what I'm gonna be doing all of 2024. Guess who's not gonna be in this house every weekend? Me, okay? I'm not. I'm gonna find me something to do so he can find me. But no, I'm definitely gonna do more. And I'm gonna start, I'm focusing on dating me more this year, because this 2023, I was too focused on feeling poor. I was feeling so poor that I felt like I couldn't enjoy my life. And I would literally say things like that, like, I'm too broke to be outside, I'm too broke to be kicking it, I need too many things, and not even realizing how my words are affecting me and how my life positions. So I'm positive from here on out. Like I said it on Tuesday, I was like, I'm killing Negative Nancy. I'm burying that hoe in the backyard, and we are never going to talk about her again because she's gone. Negative Nancy, she is no longer a part of me. I have rid myself of that spirit. The Lord has delivered me from negativity. Okay? Thank you, Jesus. So it's all about just being better, doing better, and getting what I want, and speaking more positively. So, you know, husband, if you see this, I love you. No, but I do. Like, husband, if you see this, I love you. I know you haven't proposed to me yet, but just know that the Lord is preparing me for you, okay? Just know that. Don't forget. So I hope this episode was cool. I hope you liked listening to me. It's definitely different from a normal topic that I would do, but I felt like this was an important video so we can pinpoint when my growth started. Cause I'm new. I'm a new person. I'm not even the same Meek anymore. I'm new. I'm Positive Patty. Okay? Positive Patty is here. Okay? And she gonna get a man. And she's gonna continue to be feminine and soft. And I feel like y'all see the growth. I'm different. So that was me telling this story about my experience in Atlanta and my growth as a human. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being awesome. Until next time.